welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
All right, let's go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the NBA Bit. The Hoops have returned. With a little bit of chaos, too. Yeah, like you can tell we needed basketball. We needed basketball bad because stuff's been weird, man. Kevin Durant, we did KD files yesterday. We got an update on that. Boston Sports Radio losing their mind. LaMelo Ball losing control of the vehicle. We got a little bit of everything yesterday. We're going to focus mostly on tonight's stuff, right? We get a full 10-game slate. Figured we could break it down, maybe jump into some underdog drafts, look at some lines, do some stuff like that, do some lines. So I think that's going to be the plan today. Who do we got in the chat? We get the old Viper up in here. Good morning. Botavine's here. Snoopaloop. Happy National Chocolate Mint Day. Hell yeah, dude. Mint chocolate chip, elite ice cream. And I want it green, not white, because I'm an adult. We got Matic Auto up in here. DJ P. Anthony's in the chat. Stan's here. Stan, you hate to say this, and I hate to say it too, but I feel like we've aligned on takes more this year than in years past, which is a problem. And then Top Shot Com Man letting us know, happy birthday to the MVP three times over. The jokes. Quickly, let's just do some of the nonsense from yesterday. Sacramento Kings. You know, lots of teams right now, hey, how do we approach tanking? How can we tank without getting fined? Sacramento Kings pulled out some knives. Sabone Bone, done for the year. He's doing some surgery. Zach LaVine, done for the year, doing some surgery. So that's one way to address the tanking allegations. They just physically cut people. So that we get an update from there. Franz Wagner, we get an update on the Wagner's a German. We were just talking yesterday, the stress Mosley and the Orlando Magic are going to be under the next couple of weeks here. And they got word from Shamalama Ding Dong that Franz is probably not going to be back. For a little while anyways. That they rushed him back, apparently. So Orlando's going to be shorthanded again. I think they played like a total of 3 minutes with Franzia and Paolo together. It's just kind of crazy, man. Luckily, they play the Kings tonight. We'll talk about that in a little bit, too. Kevin Durant, we had a KD update. So KD yesterday basically was like, I'm not here to talk about the Twitter nonsense, which is like pretty rich just considering how much he loves to tweet. It sounds like that shit's real. So I retweeted something yesterday. It sounds like the group leaks, the DMs, whatever. It sounds like that's him. And I don't know what to make of it. Let me find the tweet here. I think it was, oh wait, no, it was deleted. Oh, the guy deleted it. Interesting. I wonder, oh man, what's this guy's name? Shadab Khan. Let me see. Did I just get sentelled? Let's see what he deleted or if his whole account got shut down. Okay, he deleted both of his tweets. And I'm curious. Anyways, KD comes out and he's basically like, I'm not here to talk about this nonsense. Power Duster said when I read some of the things out, it just doesn't sound like KD. Here's the thing I would say. I think with the Durant stuff, it's like, it's either all him or none of it is him, right? I think it'd be weird if like half of it was him. So it's either all or nothing. Shout out O-Town. 'Cause I want it all. Oh, nothing. But anyways, it's probably that. I think if it wasn't him, though, wouldn't he just, one, he'd just start tweeting again, and two, wouldn't he just be like, yeah, dude, that wasn't me. Shaggy. 2 musical references right off the bat. Wouldn't he just say that? I don't know. But anyways, I'm kind of excited to watch them. And it's nice. I put this in Bagel with Locks today, which, by the way, it returned. So if you haven't checked out Bagel with Locks, drop a link into the chat. Like it. Can you like it? Drop a comment on it as well. But tonight we've got Houston versus Charlotte, which means we've got DM leaks versus oil leaks because I'm a Wait, what's the lyrics? This is a third musical reference. I gotta pull it up because I don't know. I might swerve in that corner. Whoa, Mellow baby, what are we doing? Honestly, it's impressive that it took this long for it to go down. Ready? So here we go. Here's some footage. Let's put LaMelo. Also, can I ask a question? Can I ask a question? Are we still driving Hummers? Hummers are still in? I thought that was, speaking of my musical reference, I thought Hummers were like 20 years ago. We're still doing that, huh? All right, let's watch it. Let's watch it. Here we go. Like he's driving. Here we go. Listen, it's only funny because nobody got hurt. Nobody got hurt. But that's wild, man. It honestly, if you watch it fast enough, also like look at the guy. The guy crossing the street almost knew it was happening before it happened. And he just keeps walking like everything's fine. He doesn't even slow down. Also, is this the Dumb and Dumber car? It kind of, I know we shouldn't be laughing at this. But is this the Dumb and Dumber car? It's like if Dumb and Dumber went to war. Anyways, I love that they're playing each other tonight. The vibes of Charlotte versus the vibes of Houston. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But that was nuts. That was nuts. And then the last thing before we just like kind of go through tonight's games that I want to talk about, dude, the Boston media sucks, man. The Boston media is absolute garbage, and nobody's safe from it. Nobody's safe from it because they can't help themselves here. Let me find, let's find the first one. I think there's two of them, right? Okay, so this is the first one. It's a minute clip.
40 weeks at J Tatum 0. 40 weeks, and then the praying emoji, and then this sentence. I've really grown to appreciate this journey I've been on and allow time for me to pat myself on the back for showing up every day. Excuse me? The hell are you talking about, Jason? It's literally your job to show. They pay you $60 million because your body is your product. It is, the Ty Law Inc. thing. You're the head of Ty Law. You're the head of Jason Tatum Inc. And if you don't have an Achilles in the rest of the body, then no one wants you on their basketball court. So first, I didn't like it for that reason. He's patting himself on his back for essentially doing his job. And then it hit me. Could this be in reaction to Jaylen Brown's tweet from last week when he posted the graphic, basically patting himself on the back for carrying the Celtics to the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference? Was this him saying, hey, JB, you're the player on the Celtics. You're supposed to lead them to victory.
Okay, that's enough of that guy. And then let's listen to this one, too, real quick.
Here and spoil the end of what's going to happen. There wants to be a little bit of suspense to it.
Isn't that annoying? You have to admit that.
Yeah, like I want to say annoying. I think we all know where this is going.
But for what? Who cares? Do you think anyone outside of this city gives a rat's ass that Jason Tatum's coming back?
Okay. What is wrong with them? What is wrong with Boston sports media? Like, somebody get them a better help code. Like, what are they doing? And I'm going to do this real quick. And I know people, it's easy to make fun of Tatum. It's easy to make fun of Jaylen Brown. At no point over the past decade, we have a decade sample size of JT and Jaylen Brown playing together. Has there ever been any drama between the two of them? The only people doing that are dumb people like that. Oh, you can't win with those two. Who's the alpha? Who's the beta? Who's the cuck? Right? That's the dialogue from just dumb people. And they won a title. And you know what? Everybody too, like, and this is fresh off the mind because of the All-Star break, right? But everybody's like, oh, back in the 80s, you could actually hit a bitch. They were trying out there. In the 80s, during the All-Star game, in the 90s, they were out there trying. It was about sacrificing your body. It wasn't about putting up stats. It wasn't about the brand. It was about winning basketball games. That's all that mattered back in my day. So this is what we've learned from this season. That Jaylen Brown, over the course of his career, has sacrificed for the betterment of the team, right? Like, because we've now seen that if JB is the only, like, superstar on the team, that he can average, like, 30 points a game. And instead of, like, rewarding that, we're like, oh, dude, hey, did you see Tatum's tweet? Is Tatum's tweet actually like a big fuck you to Jaylen Brown? Hey, do you see Jaylen Brown going to the All-Star game? Do you think Jaylen Brown participating in the All-Star game is actually a big fuck you to Jason Tatum? You ever think about that? You ever think about that? Like, what are we doing? Why are we so broken as a society? What are we doing? Go talk to somebody. Stop projecting your own sadness onto basketball teams and address your sadness. Don't bury it in the sand. Go talk to somebody, figure out what's wrong, and then live a happier, better life. That's my advice to you. That's my advice to the chat. That's my advice to sports media. Just go talk to somebody. All right, let's get into tonight's stuff. I'm excited to do it. I'm excited. We got hoops, baby. Hoops are back. There weren't any other big storylines that we missed yesterday, right? I feel like we sneaky had a lot of news drop yesterday, which was kind of surprising. The only other thing I saw, Darren Peterson was cooking and then checked himself out of the game last night. So that's fun. That'll be a fun, normal conversation for a while. Let's get into it. So we got Sanjay Rich in the chat. Love to see it. All right, let's go. We got 10 games tonight, baby. 10 games tonight, and we just started there with the Houston Rockets and the Charlotte Hornets. I'm excited to watch this game. I think this is going to be a fun game tonight. Charlotte is they still have the suspension stuff, right? The Moose is not loose yet. He's going to be out for 6 more games, I think. And then this is the first Houston game since the old KD tweet. And I wonder what the vibes are going to look like there. So Charlotte, I believe it's a front end of the back-to-back. Houston favored by 4.5. I know they're on the road. I kind of think this is a Houston bet, right? Just in case they limit LaMelo a little bit on minutes, which I don't think they do, but it's there. No piece of shit Miles Bridges. No piece of shit Bridges and no Moose. So Houston should be able to push them around a little bit. But again, they should go on. Houston's on fire, so I don't really know what to do with this. Snoopaloop said I missed the 5 minutes. Did you talk about the Bucks yet? I did not, and hopefully I won't have to. But I'm excited to watch this game. I was kind of surprised the total was 216.5. I think maybe overvaluing the Houston defense a little bit here. But with no Bridges and no Moose, I think we should see condensed minutes into the big 3 of LaMelo, Kahn, and Brandon Miller. That's kind of fun. And again, with the Franz news, it does kind of open up the pathway here for for Charlotte to catch up to Orlando and to Miami and really sneak into that 7-8 seed, which I know we broke down for a little bit. So we got that. All right, Brooklyn. Where Brooklyn at? Against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavs, good news for Cavs, bad news for Power Duster in the chat. Evan Mobley returning to basketball action. Gets a nice little cookie matchup here against the Brooklyn Nets, who are going to be without Nick Claxton. But they do get Michael Porter Jr. back. I think one thing I'm going to pay attention to just in general, like for the next couple of days, because usually what happens, right? Adam Silver drops his pants, pulls his wiener out, and is like, puts it on the table and is like, hey guys, here's some suspensions. Not suspensions, but here's some fines, all of that stuff, right? I wonder if the teams react to it for like a week or so. And then all of a sudden the tank comes out. The reason I bring that up is is Michael Porter Jr. going to play 32 minutes? Is he going to play 24 minutes? I think figuring that out is important. I'm going to lean into these tanking teams playing their guys, still losing, but playing their guys. Because I feel like against Cleveland, you can play Michael Porter Jr. full, excuse me, and then not be concerned about losing, right? No Nick Claxton, so wheels up on Day'Ron Sharp, maybe a little Noah Clowney too. On the Cleveland side of stuff, Jared Allen has absolutely feasted since the arrival of James Harden. So I do wonder if Mobley also cooks here in his return. Now, Mobley missed 7 games. I don't think they're going to, there's no reason to play him 35 minutes. I also think it's the front end of a back-to-back, but there's no reason to run him out there mega minutes, right, in this game. But I am interested, one, does it slow down what Allen does? Or does Mobley also feast now with James Harden? So I'm interested in seeing it. I don't know. I don't think I'd be getting to Evan Mobley, even though, again, this is a cookie matchup against Brooklyn. But I think I'm going to be kind of light on both Mobley and Allen, but I'm curious to watch it. Atlanta and Philly. 76ers, dude. I was catching up on this Joel Embiid stuff. He has already been ruled out for tonight. Now, apparently he picked up a shin injury while rehabbing the other injury, but it sounds like he's more day to day, which is a good sign. Obviously, that's good. We think it's good for Maxey, but if you look at Maxey's numbers, he's actually a better fantasy basketball player, or a better producer when Embiid's on the floor. But I'm not really concerned about Atlanta's defense, even though they have Dyson Daniels, Maxey, greater than sign, DD. So Maxey's pretty fun there. And then Vijay Edgecombe, Kelly Oubre, give them a shout. They should do a little bit more. I missed this, but Drummond almost like taken completely out of the rotation there. I think he played 10 minutes in the last game without Embiid. So speaking of taking your pants down, Bona, Adem Bona. Should be Bona time, which, that's fun. That's fun, I guess. Okay, on the Atlanta side, so man, Dyson Daniels really has slowed down a little bit. So I'm interested in Onyeka Okongwu, especially with no Embiid. Obviously, Jalen Johnson. I think I have Jalen Johnson like 103 today on Underdog. So JJ, we've got JJ. You got some OO, maybe some CJ, but that's it. And Nikhil Alexander-Walker. Dude, let's just do Nikhil's minutes here in the last few games, because it's been kind of wild. Did I spell Nikhil wrong? What did I do here? Let's do it like this. Okay, so let's do his last. All right, 31 minutes against Miami, 34 minutes against Utah, 38 minutes against Charlotte, 35 minutes against Minnesota, 40 minutes against Charlotte. So like we're in for like 37 minutes, I think. I think that's pretty fun. Regulator in the chat calling Atlanta upset right now. Basically a pick 'em, but a very high spread here. So I want to get some action down from this game, but I think it's just like a lot of JJ, a lot of Maxey. I am kind of intrigued by Onyeka. I thought Drum Dog was going to be out there, so I was interested in maybe his rebound over. But I missed he's kind of out of the rotation. That's an L on my part in Bagel with Locks this morning. So that actually makes me like Onyeka a little bit more. But I'm not getting too much of him right now, and I'll explain why when we get there. So, all right, Pacers now -2.5 against the Wizards. This is what I'm talking about. I am fascinated to see how both teams handle the tankathon, right? Because you've got a 14-win team against a 15-win team. We know the Pacers need to finish bottom 4, right? If we look at the Pacers, they have already Furphy out for the year. Obi Toppin and Ivica Zubac both are still out. Spicy P is also out. So they ruled out Siakam, but Nesmith, Micah Potter, and TJ McConnell all questionable as well. Now, they did that so that the Pacers and the Wizards play each other again tomorrow night. Ugh. But the last time the Pacers had a back-to-back, right? I think it was the Knicks and then it was the Nets, right? In the Knicks game, they had everybody questionable, and then everybody played, and then they sat all of those guys the next night. They already ruled out Siakam, so maybe what they do here is Nesmith plays and McConnell plays, and then tomorrow they rule those guys out and Siakam plays, right? That would be my guess, because Siakam was healthy for the All-Star game, right? Let's see, what was the injury? Siakam has been ruled out against the Wizards due to personal reasons. Thursday while attending a personal matter, so it's possible he's available for Friday. Okay. All right, so I don't know. But this is what I would say. If all of those guys miss, man, huff pass, right? Smoke some, Matic Auto. Take out your J Huff. Because if Potter's out and they're without Siakam and no Zubats, we know Huff is going to play some mega minutes. And I want to get there tonight. I don't know if I can. But he has played, it's all over the place, right? In that game against the Knicks, he only played 24 minutes, came off the bench. Then against Brooklyn, he played 30 minutes. So I want Potter to miss this game if I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to get to Nembhard. So Nembhard played 37 minutes against the Bucks, then 26 minutes against the Raptors, but that was a blowout. Then 36 minutes against the Knicks, and then he rested against Brooklyn. I think Nembhard's going to be full minutes here. And if you think Nesmith, you could probably get to Jarris Walker regardless, but if you think Nesmith misses, I do kind of like the Jarris Walker call. The Wizards, man, I don't know what to do with Washington. I don't. I've been struggling with it. Washington, Alex Sarr is going to be out for a bit, right? They're without Alex Sarr. They've already ruled out D'Lo, no Trae Young, no Anthony Davis, and Scam Whitmore. We shouldn't say Scam. He's dealing with stuff. Cam Whitmore is out. So that leaves them pretty thin, especially at the center position, right? Because they traded Marvin Bagley. So they really only have Vucevic, Tristan Vukie, man. But again, they've only been playing their guys like 20 plus minutes, right? So Keyshawn George played 19 and then 25 minutes. Trey Johnson only played 18 minutes in his last game. Vuk played 11 minutes, 20 minutes, 19 minutes. Bilal Coulibaly's been the only guy to get over 30. Justin Champagne's been in the 24-minute range. Will Riley is actually the guy I'm the most interested in if you think they are going to be tanking. Somebody named Jameer Watkins is playing like mega minutes. Bub Carrington's in the 20. Sharif Cooper's. Like, I don't know how they're going to approach this. So if you think they are scared of all of the stuff that happened with the tanking, then maybe Keyshawn plays 30 minutes. I think I'm just staying away. I think it's more interesting on So Rare, where it's like a cap-based game and their caps have come down a little bit. I don't know, though. It's hard to get there, man. It's hard to get there with Washington. But if you get it right, you're rich. Here we go. Let's do some Amazon Prime. We got Bing Bong against the Detroit Pistons. So Detroit, let's just do the drop. Let's do the Detroit drop so I can take a sip of water.
Detroit basketball. Detroit basketball.
All right, so this is going to be a fun game, and I got a hot take. When we're in the underdog lobbies, but we'll build ranks together, and we'll do it, and then I'll display the take. Knicks are favored by 4.5. They got OG Anunoby back playing basketball. And that they're pretty healthy, which kind of like we were having some fun with Josh Hart. We were having some fun with Mikal Bridges. I think we pumped the brakes on all of those guys. Jose Alvarado's been a great fit for him. I think he's still fun off the bench, but like not for what we're doing tonight. Brunson and Cat, and I think I kind of stopped there. You know, if you want to throw a dart throw at OG in the 6th round, go for it. But I'm not going to do it. The Detroit side's a little bit more interesting to me. So, no Beef Stew, no Jalen Duren. B-Ball Paul night. We're going back to B-Ball Paul. If he can stay out of foul trouble, he's playing 30-plus minutes, and he basically averages 2 fantasy points per minute. So, he's nuts. So, even though Mitch Robb is out there, I think I'll still be getting to it. Knicks are favored by 4.5. And regulators saying Knicks by 7. I don't know. I almost want to take the Pistons money line and just vibe out a little bit. But, this is a big game. Not the juiciest of total. I don't think I want to do any of the Asar Thompson, Tobias Harris thing. I think it's just Cade and B-Ball Paul for me tonight. Toronto against the Chicago Bulls. Good news for the Raptors. Kind of bad news for fantasy purposes, but Colin Murray-Boyles is back. We saw Jakob Poeltl return. He only played 20 minutes in his first game back, and then there's a big layoff. I imagine he's playing like 24 minutes. That would be my guess. If you told me Poeltl was playing 30 minutes, I am intrigued. Sandro is questionable. If Sandro were to miss, I don't know. Can you get to Colin Murray-Boyles? Probably not. Scotty Barnes is kind of interesting in this spot, but I like Scotty more if, like, we knew he was going to play small ball 5, and I don't think that's happening tonight. I wrote this in Bega with Locks, but if I RJ Barrett's the most interesting to me just because I like the idea of someone completely not getting drafted. Like, it feels like only a 5.5 point spread. It feels like we need to be getting to some Toronto guys, but I don't love it. I don't love it. On the Chicago side, Josh Giddey's back, okay? Josh Giddey hasn't played in a while, and he had been ramping up, though, and it seemed like he was going to go, and they just kept holding him out. He hasn't played in a while. He's probable tonight. Although this says he was listed as questionable, maybe they upgraded him. So if Giddey's going in the 6th round, his PRA right now, his points, rebounds, and assist line is like 29.5. Like, is there a world where Giddey plays 30 minutes? And if he does, can we do it? I don't know. I got an eye on it, though. That's it, though. I'm not doing anything else. Trey Jones is questionable. He might be back. Jalen Smith is back, but we know that they're keeping him at like 25 minutes, so I don't think we can do anything there. All right, let's get to some later stuff later in the night. You've got the Phoenix Suns and the San Antonio Spurs. Spurs favored by 7.5. Castle got a little bit of rest. I like that. Castle and Fox like barely getting drafted right now, and then Wemby against the Suns should be fine. No Dylan Brooks in this one. Can I just read off some like Devin Booker stuff? So Booker, like, I know he missed a couple of games. He came back and he played 32 minutes in both games. Devin Booker's fine. I don't love it tonight. I don't love anything in Phoenix. And maybe I'm just overrating the San Antonio defense. I just don't like it. Like, what? I don't know. They get Grayson Allen back, but no Dylan Brooks. Like I said, Jalen Green's kind of limited to 20 minutes. I don't know. Do we think Mark Williams plays like 30 minutes against Wemby? That would be kind of fun, but I don't think I'm doing it. I don't like it. How many minutes do you think Yacht gets tonight? Yeah, I was just saying that. I think it's probably like 25, 24. Right? I mean, like, this is what I would say. Like, if he had played 3 games back at like 20 minutes a night and then they went on the All-Star break, maybe I'd get you to 30 minutes. But I think with Colin Murray-Boyles back, I don't think there's a need to rush him back to 30-plus minutes. Power Duster, you might know, in that first game back, did Pirtle come off the bench? Was that, or did he start? Because I don't know. My guess is sub 28. I would say under 28. Let's set, that's the over-under. That's what we're doing. For Phoenix, obviously, smash Wemby if you can. He should have no problem tonight, and he's probably pissed off after losing in the All-Star game. All right, he did start. Yeah, that's what I think I would say under 26 minutes, especially with Colin Murray-Boyles back, because they had no CMB in that game, right? They had no Chateau Light. They had no. Did he play in that one? Yeah, he didn't play in that game. So, yeah. And Sandro's questionable. I don't know. I'm gonna say under. But yeah, Wemby, Castle, Fox. Love them all. Let's do Celtics and the Golden State Warriors. No Steph Curry in this one, but it does sound like the old Zanger. Sounds like Porzingis is going to come back tonight. A lot of revenge spots here. Porzingis and Al Horford, double big revenge. I'm not touching anything here. I imagine even when Porzingis is fully healthy, he plays 27 minutes, right? So there's no way he's getting a ton of minutes tonight. So I'm good. I'm good on the Porzingis thing. I'm not drafting Draymond Green. I'm not drafting Pajemski. I do an alt line of like Celtics minus 12.5 or something. Just run that up. That's a fun bet. I think Celtics cook here. Thing I'm most fascinated by, how many minutes does Vooch play, right? We saw Vooch get extended a little bit, and he finally knocked down some shots, but granted, it was against Chicago. Like, do we think Vooch starts playing more minutes than Nemi? I kind of think it's going to be split. Is this the Booker suspension game? I don't think so. Didn't they appeal that? I thought that got rescinded, right? Because that was for technical fouls. I'm pretty sure Booker's a go tonight. I don't think he's suspended. I don't know. But anyways, for Boston, Pritchard seems to be cooking off the bench. But this is Derek White, I'm sure will project through the freaking moon again. But I don't know. Just JB. This is Jaylen Brown. That's what I'm excited about. We kind of talked about the Magic and the Kings. Magic are favored by 8.5. Oh, yeah, Brooks is suspended. Yeah, there you go. Brooks is suspended. I was like, what? Okay, Orlando and Sacramento. Sacramento, we mentioned no Sabombone, no DeAndre Hunter, no Levine. So they're going to lean in their young guys, right? And I think you might be tempted to play like Russell Westbrook or and no Cardwell in this game too, by the way. You might be tempted to play Russ, who these are the Russ minutes, last 5. Excuse me. 25 minutes, 19 minutes, 31 minutes, 20 minutes. Here's DeRozan. 27 minutes, 20 minutes, 29 minutes, 19 minutes, 29 minutes. I don't know. Here's some other ones. Maxime Renaud. 38 minutes, 28 minutes. I kind of like him, especially no Cardwell and no Sabonis. Nick Clifford. Look at it. Last 3 games. 40 minutes, 37 minutes, 38 minutes. Keegan Murray's back. I don't know what to do with that. Malik Monk's been just getting DNPs. Precious Achiuwa's there too. I think there's something that I like. The slate might be too deep, but I really like Maxime Renaud tonight. I really like him. I really like him and Nick Clifford. I really do. Any thoughts on Yeah, that's what I was saying, man. And there were some reports that came out too that it was sports books applying the pressure. I don't know how much validity there was to that. I don't know how well sourced that was, but I mean, I wouldn't be stunned by it. I think what's kind of funny, I don't know why I would have to hear the sports book case. Like, are you're telling me that the average bettor is that savvy that they figured out tanking and they're getting it right and the books are losing, or are they mad because people are betting less because of the tanking? Would love to hear a little bit more about that. Yeah, I talked about Russ a little bit and the KD files. Yeah, I went over the Russ minutes. I'm not getting there tonight. I'm not playing Russ. If he plays 33 minutes, I'm wrong. But I just don't. I think they're gonna lean into the young guys. But yeah, I'm curious what if people are just betting less and that's why they're mad. Okay, yeah, and that's what happens when you partner up with sports books, man. That's what happens. Power Duster said, but the props are the biggest moneymaker for the books, and the high-profile players are being sat mid-game. Right. So, but again, I understand that. But if I don't understand, like, if people are still betting the same amount, that means they're losing at a higher clip. Because I don't think the average bettor, I know not to bet Lowry Markkanen, because I know Lowry's only going to play 24 minutes. But it might make it harder, but I guarantee you people are losing more because one, nobody likes to bet unders. The average bettor just wants to be like, I want to take Lowry overs. I don't think the average bettor is out there being like I trust the book to be able to set the line more efficiently than the average guy who's betting. So I think the only way books are really mad is if it's just the volume of betting in general is down. That would be the case for it. Is Shea back? I don't know. They don't play tonight, so I don't know. We don't have an injury report. We might know by the time. I'm sure they play tomorrow, so I'm sure we'll have some news tomorrow. Anyways, let's go. Orlando, I'm kind of interested in Paolo. He burns me every time. Paulo's fun. A fun bet is probably Jalen Suggs stocks overs tonight because Suggs should just go nuts and turnovers wise. You know what I'm saying? Whether they're playing young guys or Russell Westbrook, but he's pretty expensive on underdog, so it's hard to do. Last game of the night, Nuggets and the Clippers. 10:30 start time. Denver's favored by 4.5. Denver got a little bit of good news. So Aaron Gordon and Peyton Watson are still both out, but it sounds like Aaron Gordon's going to return pretty soon. Clippers here. Benny Math, man? Is Benny Math played 31 minutes in that last game? That's pretty fun. We'll have to see. Snoop Loop says, I've been betting unders only. I like to see people suck. And should note, that's why you're a Milwaukee Bucks fan, right? Kawhi and Benedict Mathurin are the only two guys that I'm getting to in this one, and then Jamal and Jokic. But Christian Brown's back; he's been looking fine. But again, they need Gordon and Watson. Let's go over to Underdog, and let's create some ranks here. They've got. I didn't even look at the contest tonight. I just started drafting. I didn't actually look. But let's build ranks. Let's see what we got here. Let's zoom in a little bit. Actually, before we do that, let's adjust all of these things here. Let's do this, and let's do dish. What does that one say? That says double dribble. That says dog bowl. Let's do the dog bowl one. Excuse me. By the way, dog bowl returns tomorrow. The dog bowl returns tomorrow, which is fun. We did some best ball stuff yesterday. Let's see what this contest is. 8K up top. All right, so 8K for first. That's fun. But yeah, let's build some ranks. And I mentioned too in Bagel with Locks, we will be out there firing up. Ooh, man, I just lost like a ton of viewers at once. Did YouTube go to an ad? We'll have a Bagel with Locks tomorrow, or I'm sorry, over the weekend, that will kind of break down some best ball stuff too for the postseason. I did a ton of those yesterday, trying to get some volume in before everybody catches up. All right, here we go. Let's do this. So Jokic, Wemby, JJ, Maxey. That's easy enough. The spicy take here, and I don't even know how spicy it is. I'm going to go Kawhi over Cade. The Kawhi minutes, man, the usage is just insane for him. He's playing like 33. If I think it's a close game, he might play a few more minutes. He's just been awesome. And no Aaron Gordon, no Peyton Watson. Not that they have stoppers anyways, but man, I just think that's a smash. I want to take Kawhi over Cade. I don't know. Maybe that's dumb, but I'm going to do it. Now, this is where it gets fun. I'm taking JB over Scotty. I was taking Donovan over Scotty this morning. I think I'll do this now. Let's take some Scotty. We'll go Scotty, Donovan, and Paolo. I've been getting a ton of Paolo this morning, but I'm nervous projections are going to come out, and it's going to be bad. Oh, Delano Banton? Is that what that really? I thought Banton just got picked up. I thought Delano just got picked up. Wasn't he on Wasn't he on? Who was it? I thought a tanking team just picked him up. All right, 10-day with the Celtics. Interesting. That's actually bad. Only because I want Delano Banton on a tanking team so we can just go nuts. All right, let's keep going. So, anyways, I'm nervous projections are going to come out, and then Paolo's going to be like free. So, anyways, they're there. I'm going to go Jamal, Brunson, Cat, Goon, Harden. I'm going to be light on Goon. I actually won't be light on Goon because what ended up happening is everybody is what's it what oh god, I'm losing my train of thought here. I think everybody's overreacting to Houston. I think we can get him for pretty cheap. Yeah, he was on. I think he had a 10-day with Boston before. Maybe he was doing a lot of G League stuff. And yeah, Juzang wave. Yeah, I saw that happen yesterday. That was a bummer. I kind of like Johnny Juzang, but whatever. I think I'm going to take KD over Book. I'm going to be I'm going to take Amon Thompson over Book too. And then I'll go Book, MPJ, LaMelo. I was doing LaMelo over MPJ, but I don't want to full fade it there. I guess we could throw Mobley in there next, but we're going to take a stand. We're going to go Nembhard, Mobley, Sharp, Reed, and then we'll go Suggs. I'm just buying into the Sharp and Reed stuff. I'm doing it again. I don't care. You could make a case, by the way, that we should have Brandon Miller up here. I'd listen to it. I'm going to keep Miller here because I think we can get him in the late fifth. I haven't been drafting a lot of White or Ingram, but I'll throw them in there. But after that, I do think I want to do like Giddy. I mentioned Khan, Onyeka. I want Castle. Let's throw in some of the other guys that we had talked about. So Huff and Walker. I don't know how aggressive I'm going to get on those Pacers, but I just wanted to look at it. I mean, if you think Jared Allen's still going to do the damn thing, we should take Allen. Bane's there. Fox is there. I don't know. VJ Edgecombe. What are some of the other tanking spots that we talked about? That maybe Benedict Mathurin. Let's throw Benny Mathurin there. I think CJ, you could consider him. RJ's fine. I don't think I'm doing Buzelis. I don't think I'm doing Bona, Jalen Smith. Let's throw Clifford in the ranks. And Maxime Renaud. I don't think I need to scroll aggressively until projections come out because I just want to focus on Castle and whatnot. So that's what we'll do there. DeJounte, is DeJounte back? I haven't heard anything on DeJounte. Where did you get the DeJounte news? Lucas should be back, yeah. I did not see that. I don't know who Dino Lytics is. I didn't see that, but give me the cliff notes if you want in the chat. We can talk about it. Let's jump in one of these. Oh God, it always does the freaking location. Yeah, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Let's do a hard refresh, see if that works. You're excited about Ty Jerome. I mean, Ty Jerome's been hooping. I just wonder if they don't extend the minutes at all, you know? All right, here we go. We got in one. Let me see if I can find the Dino Lytics. I don't see it. I don't know what that guy's name is. I can't find it. You'll have to tell me in the chit chat. Yeah, what is it? What's the take? What is the take? All right, drafting out of the 3-hole. We'll do two of these and then wrap up. And then tomorrow we'll have a little bit more to talk about. NBA Bid will be back tomorrow. Just a reminder, too, Live Before Lock is tonight. The stream has already been created. It's at 5 p.m. So tune into that. So we can get back into the So Rare streets. And then, as we mentioned yesterday, best ball advances on Sunday, which is fun. Dean Olytics. Okay, let's see. Dean O. Is it like 0? I'm not. Fucking X sucks, man. Dino. I'm not seeing it. Yeah. All right. All right. We'll take Jalen Johnson here. Oh, there we go. All right. So Dean Oliver. Oh, let's see. This is just this. Hold on. This tweet right here. If the Hawks are going to challenge for a top 6 seed, these are the critical games they face starting tomorrow, Friday against Philly. Is that what you're talking about? This was a lot of buildup from February 13th. You're giving me tweets from 6 days ago. You son of a bitch. I love that you were just referencing that casually from, hey, did you see this thing? Regulator. All right, here we go. Oh, oops, I thought I was still sharing the screen. All right, here we go. Here's the tweet in question. All right, so remaining record to have a 90% chance to finish top 6 or top 10. Okay, so Hornets need to go 20-7 for top 6. I feel like that's a big task, but I like that. Clippers 14-14 to be top 10. 13-13 for the Blazers. I think the Blazers are kind of interesting from a best ball stance. Charlotte 20-7. You guys can't see it. I'm about to do my second pick here. We're going to take Paolo with the second pick, so we get a JJ Paolo start. Yeah, man, I would like for Charlotte. What do you think about the Hornets? Can they pull off a conference? I don't think they can pull off a conference finals. No, I don't think so. Conference finals is a lot to ask. I think depending on the first round matchup, I could see them being frisky, but winning 2 series, that's a lot, I think, for a team that's probably going to finish most likely in the 7-8 seed, you know? Yeah, the Mavs will for sure have a top 3 pick watch. All right, we're back on the clock. We got to go back over to Underdog. All right, here we go. So we got JJ, we got Parler. Let's take some Karl-Anthony Towns. Listen, I kind of think this is a really good spot for Cat, right? He's only going against Paul Reed. No beef stew, no Jalen Duren. The problem is it's Cat, you know? It's like, how comfy can you get with Cat? Not very. Not very. But I like it. I'll be doing it. I'll be doing the thing. Oh, man. It's been like not like terrible here, just overcast and a little rainy every day for like a while now. Seasonal depression, man. I can't wait to go to the Dog Bowl. I just want to be in California. I want it to be warm. I want to like not have like a constant cold, you know? Not like sick, but just like a little under the weather all the time. Like yesterday, I hosted trivia again last night, and it's just like raining. It's like a cold rain. Not sleep, but just like the rain hits your forehead, and you're like, fuck. Like it's a little painful. So like that, and then going into like a very warm establishment, and then going back outside. It's just like, you can't stay healthy, bro. Also, if this draft is going to take this long, maybe we only do one. Good Lord, bro. Sanjay. What's Sanjay doing? Maxey, Mitchell, Amin Thompson. Okay. My only concern with LaMelo is like the minutes get monitored a little bit. Andy's dealing with Amin Thompson. I don't know. I might do some more Nembhard and just like a just giga matchup here. Yeah, let's just take Nemby here. We'll give somebody the gift of LaMelo at pick 23. And then we'll do Paul Reed if he's there. B-ball Paul. Look at this. 32 minutes, 22. I mean, 7 stocks is a lot to ask for. But, man, 40 B-ball Paul points probably gets it done tonight, huh? No, we haven't talked about Naz Reid yet, Borland, because Minnesota doesn't play till tomorrow. But tomorrow we'll talk about Naz Reid. And Io. We'll talk about Io as well. Let's see if we can get B-ball Paul through, huh? This is the slowest ass draft we've had in a long time. I think after this, I'm gonna get the doggo out. We get a couple of meetings this afternoon, but I think we're gonna squeeze in some cardio. I think we're gonna get a little run in for the boys. And we'll do some drafting this morning. We'll do some drafting. Let's see. Okay, B-ball Paul falls to us. Let's see what Sanjay did in his last couple of picks there. He took Day'Ron Sharpe at 21. Legend. Day'Ron Sharpe, and then did you just pick again? Brandon Miller. Yeah, that's fun. All right, so we are 5 picks in. I like B-ball at 27 is good. I think I'm gonna rank I want more Castle. I want more. I do think Castle's gonna project really, really well. And so I want to get ahead of that this morning. And then when projections come out, we can slow down. We can slow down a wee bit. All right, I think we're just gonna do one of these because this is moving too slow. And I'm feeling it in my voice a little bit. And we're back. We're back at 5 o'clock. So there's no reason to go too ham early in the morning, you know? Like ease into the day. Ease into the day. Let's see. 2 picks left. Okay. Had to double check the Cal, see what time that meeting was. Who just took Castle? Is that Sanjay? Sanjay, you fucking... All right, we'll take Giddy. All right, so there we go. We wrap up with JJ, Barlow, Karl Anthony Towns, Nemby, Paul Reed, Josh Giddy up. Unbelievable by Sanjay Rich there. Can't believe it. We'll call it there. NBA Bit returns tomorrow. We'll see you live before lock. Go check out Bagel with Locks. Get in the Discord. Like, subscribe. Do all the things. We'll see you guys later. Enjoy the day.